invite you and to open the doors for you all. So karibuni sana, thank you so much, and we are looking forward to more voices among the youth and also great investments within this space. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. This has really showcased how much is actually going on and how do we actually collect all these efforts and send also all the challenges that we are facing, trying to push through different glass ceilings, different power structures, and make sure that the structures are there for progress and not inhibiting people in actually improving the world for a more sustainable situation. And we are targeting 2030. And I'm part of what we call a do tank. Yes, please keep the slide. I'm not that, I think everybody can see me. But for the 2030 agenda, and focusing really on empowering youth, especially also those who are marginalized. The LNOB, leaving no one behind, being the key principle of the SDGs, while still remembering that if we push one SDG, we should do no harm for the others as 17 SDGs. So this is the slides we're going to share. I just put my contact here because what are we just going to look at now? And what are you going to talk to each other about? We are going to give you some minutes for you guys to talk to each other. It's actually the fact that, of course, you cannot see the details here, but you can see the colors. And they were supposed to be green, and not red and yellow, not the alarming colors. So this is actually the conclusion leading up to the summit this September at the UN General Conference. It's red, ladies and gentlemen, orange, yellow, but actually every one of us can do something. Not everyone can do everything. Yes, I flew from Denmark here. Yes, that is not the best thing to do. It's a long way, it's a lot of CO2. But my jacket is, I guess, 20 years old, this one. And my bracelet is sustainably produced. Yes, it's the circle of the SDGs, but I made sure that I buy no jewelry that is not sustainably produced. Really concrete action by a citizen, both pro and con the SDGs. So that is a way of thinking, ladies and gentlemen, now talking to each other. Maybe all these challenges are overwhelming. But if you look at this, as you just said, Florence, the Summit of the Future at the UN General Assembly in September 2024, yes, the process has started, but it's not too late to make your voice heard. I know when I come with my pin and the SDGs, people are saying, oh, it's losing momentum, we are tired of the SDGs, are they really something, an agenda we can actually use? Yes, and the agenda has really done a lot. But of course there are challenges. As you saw in the reddish colors, the world is off track. We had COVID-19, we have conflicts rising everywhere. That are challenges that are actually taking away focus on actually sustainable development across the globe. We have this agenda, 194 leaders of countries, governments signed it, but they are struggling to deliver on these 17 goals. What happens when governments don't deliver? Of course, it's the most challenging agenda. It's complex. We need to collaborate across sectors, break down silos. But if we do that, then we might meet the deficit of trust in our democratic institutions and systems and elected leaders. Let's not fool ourselves. That is what I hear from many of the young people I speak to. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if I vote. Yeah, but you know, the leaders, they do what they would like to do, not what I voted for. That is actually what they say to me when I get into the conversation. So actually, really building on this, building trust, meeting each other like you're doing here, opening civic space that has been limited since COVID, challenging basic human rights, Those are some of the challenges we face, but there are a lot of opportunities for you guys. There is an intergovernmental pact coming up out of this Summit for the Future at the UN. Briefs have been written. I have it here. It's here. And it's saying that we need to work for meaningful, and now I just put a U, a Y for youth engagement. Recommendations for member states. Expand and strengthen youth in decision-making at all levels in your country. Ensure meaningful youth engagement as a requirement in all UN processes. That is also new. And support a standing UN Youth Town Hall. And it's written in this text. You can come and I will be here for the summit days to talk to you and to discuss with our co-champions here. How can we push this together? Because there are going to be more resources for bringing more youth voices from developing countries into these processes. It's so important for you guys to engage in this. Are you overwhelmed? Sometimes I really am in my work, even though I've been working with this since I graduated from Copenhagen Business School. And then we have MS Action Aid making this fantastic poster. Don't panic or get too exhausted, overwhelmed. Organize. The small fish go together and tackle the large fish that will be the challenges we are all facing for a sustainable world for everyone. And how do you do that? You organize, you strategize. I think that was Edgar saying that when we discussed what we should say now during this session. And create alliances. Build that you are here, you get network, you get information, you get tools during these days. This is what you need to do, use each other. Even though you feel like a very, very small fish, if you organize, you can really push things. I just would like to share one magnificent thing that happened also due to social media. Yes, I established a do tank with the former Minister of Environment. We have been surviving as a small NGO for 3 years. That's something great. But the thing is actually that we brought you guys together this summer at a democratic festival where you find ministers in rubber boots and with a drink in their hand discussing with everyday citizens. And we make young people, how can you say, empower them as you are doing here to act and to integrate elements into their everyday work. You see culinary students, they come also to the PDF and the SDG Village in March, week 10, I guess, where we would really love you guys to use these windows of opportunity to invite each other. Now also there are SDG festivals in Uganda. That is not our gain, but we facilitated the concept. And so use the spaces to bring your voice in and make yourself heard. And I actually would like to send this last thing, now that you're listening, just saying to our friends, I don't know if this is being recorded or you can find it on social media, but we actually have 4 youth sounding board fellows, 1 trapped in the West Bank and 3 in Gaza, and they write every day to us to let us know that they are okay. But you have written to them, you have given them strength through our social media at WhatsApp saying, we are here for you guys, we support you. And that is a huge thing. That is organizing, supporting each other when you are really challenged. And this is what I really think you should do too. The fact that we actually can do something together and unite. And we have the leaders have signed this agenda. So use it as a leverage, as a platform to really push for change. Yes. I don't know actually. Are you overwhelmed or are you ready to talk now? Do we have the time? I don't know, everything was pushed around, so I don't know if we have more time left for this session. What about their talk? Their talk and questions? Do we have 10 minutes for that? I really, really think we should then enlarge the space. Now we are taking the space. I'm disrupting this, I'm sorry. But I will just, now you have heard all this. Maybe it's time for lunch, maybe you're tired. But really, turn around to those you don't know, and use this opportunity to talk to each other about how could you strategize, organize to actually use these windows of opportunities or examples that these strong SDG champions have presented to you. So spend 5 minutes and then we will listen to you guys asking questions or bringing forward your ideas for action. All right? Are you ready for this? Talk to those you don't know and see what you can come up with within this platform. Okay, go ahead. 3 minutes maybe. So go be concrete and concise.